Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome Bernd Gross, who is the CTO for SoftwareAG and the co-founder and recently the CEO of Cumulocity. Thank you. Take a look at that.
Hello, great. Great to be here, an awesome video. Especially I like the finishing with the SoftwareAG Freedom as a Service. You know, when we created that tagline, it's a brand new tagline, we thought, how can we get our non-functional capabilities we develop as a software company, how can we get that across in a meaningful, emotional way? And we did some studies, obviously, and then the communication team came up with that slogan, Freedom as a Service. I really like it. It's really the idea is to, develop tools, systems, software, which empowers our clients and partners to be really in charge of the future, because the future changes so fast, we cannot anticipate changes anymore. So we have to get technology in your hands so that you're not locked in any kind of proprietary way. To give you that freedom of choice, it's our mission in SoftwareAG. And that's a brand new tagline, and that's something we are going to do and developing a lot in that direction. So today, coming to my speech, today I'm talking about building IoT, with IoT, a truly connected world. And I guess that's the vision of a truly connected world is quite old. I remember when we founded Cumulocity in 2010, actually here in Mountain View, quite close by, we relocated the company 2012 back to Germany because we felt that's a more, industrial, Central Europe felt at that point of time more sensible for an industrial Internet of Things platform. But anyway, we founded it over here in the Bay Area. And I do remember that the vision was already clear. We talked a lot about IoT. Maybe the wording wasn't really there, IoT, but we talked about the physical world and the virtual world, the IT tools, they will all converge and come together. And that's what I would like to discuss today with you as well. What does that mean and how to, anticipate your strategic options going forward? And later on, after introducing this, I'm very happy also to introduce one of our North American clients, and he will walk you through his journey of implementing an IoT project. Actually, it's Aaron from Stanley Black & Decker. Okay, let's get started. So, quick introduction on what is SoftwareAG Cumulocity IoT. What are we doing, really? Very brief introduction. Let me start with a first question on that. So guess what's the largest device under management? So what's the largest device under management? So the ones who are working in the mining industry might have it right now. Exactly, it's an excavator deployed in a mining industry. It's coming here from a company called Liebherr. And this thing is... So this excavator is so massive, it's really unbelievable. And it creates a lot of insight, a lot of data, obviously, of what we do with that. It's the largest device connected to our software platform. And we do asset condition monitoring, the usual stuff. We're collecting performance information, finding insights, and decimating downtime. So predictive maintenance and plays a big role in that asset investment, you can imagine. I have another question for you. What's the most versatile device? So not the biggest, the versatile device we have under connected to Cumulosity under management. And that's the answer here is called IoT. It's a small gateway device. It supports cellular connectivity as well as low power WAN, so low power wide area network. So actually this one uses narrowband IoT, that's the new standard, but there's also a version coming out with LoRa and Sigfox. And why is that so versatile? And you can see here a couple of examples of use cases: vibration measurement, fuel level, temperature. It's so versatile because it supports more than 200 different vendor sensors. So 200 vendor sensors. And that means in total you have 6,000 different sensors you can connect to this gateway in a truly, and that's quite amazing, in a truly plug-and-play fashion. So no coding anymore needed. And that's when, coming back to my times at Mountain View, that was actually what we were dreaming 10 years ago. That's how IoT should be, also industrial IoT, not just consumer IoT. It should be really plug and play, no coding. You plug in the sensor, it's recognized, the data are pushed into the platform, and then you can either visualize the data in your user interface like a dashboard, or then you can innovate on top of the APIs. But it's immediately available. You don't have to introduce any sensor anymore. And that's, for me, it's almost like a tipping point in the industry. Because when you think about automation at the moment, with the traditional means, input, output, equipment, PLCs, MES systems, SCADA, etc., to touch that costs you, tens of thousands of dollars usually. Now think about automation without software coding, just with UI animated configuration of the application and the connectivity done in a plug-and-play way. So that's how the market is evolving at the moment. We are really at a massive tipping point. And so these are just a few examples of what we are doing. Just to finish off with the introduction, in addition to the examples what we have here, of course, we have quite a lot of industry players using our technology. I mentioned to you, that we relocated Cumulosity into Central Europe. That was exactly the reason why we did it, to gain, clients like DMG Mori, one of the largest CNC machinery maker, to win accounts like Zeiss, to actually enter into strategic partnership with Siemens MindSphere. So Siemens MindSphere is embedding Cumulosity IoT into WebMethods IO. It's an iPaaS solution of SoftwareAG. Bosch IoT, one of the largest industrial engineering company. In addition to the industrial players and companies, we also have a massive amount of telco providers, so cellular carriers using our technology, typically in a branded fashion, so the technology is available as a white labeled edition. And they are offering it on top of their connectivity solution. So as, for example, horizontal IoT device management, or dashboarding, or simple workflow automation type of concepts. There are companies like Telstra in Australia, NTT in Japan, Deutsche Telekom in Germany, KPN in the Netherlands. They all rely on the technology. They have branded it, and they're offering it as a bundle together with their connectivity play. So managed connectivity offering. Last but not least, we also have smart equipment makers, of course, utilizing our technology. Yeah? Gartner Denver, one of the largest compressor companies with a few brands. I mentioned Stanley Black & Decker is joining us on stage in a few minutes. Octo Telematics, almost 6 million cars connected for usage-based insurance. The technology behind that, the platform technology behind that, is based on SoftwareAG's Cumulosity IoT. In addition to that, Let me go into one example to deep dive a bit more. That's Nordex. Nordex is one of the largest wind turbine manufacturers. And what they actually produce with their installed base is 23 gigawatt of power. That equals roughly the power production of 30 coal-fired power plants. So it's quite a massive energy production they have under management. And they have a big challenge at the moment to operate these sites globally. And obviously a lot of our clients have that same issue, to do more with less resources and less input. So what they're exactly doing then on that is basically they're looking into ways to optimize the monitoring of their system. So they have originally started over 10, 15 years ago with an own developed SCADA system to monitor and manage the deployed wind turbines. What they have now done together with us is they have modernized it and put it into a new real-time analytics proposition. And they have, with that, they have a massive initiative to optimize the workforce and to reduce the efforts it takes to maintain these systems. And of course, the technology from us allows them to harvest the digital data, so the insights. So they have now introduced, as one example, a predictive maintenance in one of their wind farms in the northern part of Europe. So they're really putting a lot of effort into the new technology. They are, having a lot of data analytics activities ongoing to completely modernize the whole process on operation. So it's a very exciting project for us. So to sum up on these examples, if you truly want to, make sense out of this connected world, you have to fully embrace it. Whatever you want to do, operational excellence, introducing new business models, or increasing customer intimacy or customer experience, whatever you want to do with the project, you have to really, embrace and understand that this is a new technology landscape you have to manage and also to, anticipate in a sense. And to really kind of anticipate the future, what is happening, I have actually selected 3 areas which play a very important role in that change of our world, in the change of our private and professional lives, which are driven by this connected world. And one area is the software as a service innovation area coming from a tsunami of new micro applications. That's obvious. It hasn't happened already the last 10, 15 years. We all know that. A lot of IT people talk about the shadow IT in the cloud or whatever you call it. It's happening, and it's actually anticipating. We foresee that trend to be massive. It's going to be very, very hard for established IT players with on-prem technology, like an ERP player, for example, to retain competitiveness. These micro applications will eat up more and more of IT, traditional IT enterprise applications. So that's a very important trend you have to anticipate. The other one, which is equally important, is that the times of data acquisitions and generating massive data lakes, either on-prem or in the cloud or data warehousing, is going to be over soon. What is much more important is capability to integrate data in a business sensible way, horizontally integration. So think about in the connected world, you have IoT devices, You have cloud apps, you have on-premise enterprise applications, and you have data lakes or data storage, etc. So now you need to find a way to horizontally integrate the most important, the most relevant information for specific requirements, specific applications. And that's only possible really to do with what we call a hybrid integration platform, so-called iPaaS. For example, in SoftwareAG, we are using the web methods I/O, one of the leading environments in that space. And then, yeah, last but not least, as a co-founder from Cumulocity, you know, I'm very much excited always on the right side because, you know, innovations and platforms can come hand to hand in today's world. So most of the newer innovations will be based on platforms, and there will be, you know, the platforms will add that data insight, but also they will have the correlation of your information and give you the economies of scale to, in an agile way, to introduce new innovations in a step-by-step approach. So platforms will become very important also, not just for innovating, but also for operationalizing. Like the speaker from Dell was talking about, you know, it's about operationalizing insights, and platforms play an extremely important role going forward. So saying all of that, so I would like to share a short video from a client who is implementing all of that. And it's a very exciting project, which is now currently in the rollout in over 200 automobile factories globally.
EcoScreen Equipment Analytics. Analyze, understand, and predict the paint process. Visual Analytics. View and analyze the data. Streaming Analytics. Rule-based anomaly detection. Batch Analytics. Self-learning process monitoring. Ongoing analysis of data stream in real time. Anomaly detected with streaming analytics. Material flow interruption detected. Quality problem on right door. Interrupt production. Debug the system. Mark the body for spot repair. Continue production with next body. Track equipment data. Batch analytics. Make forecasts based on historical data. Learn from the data. Building artificial intelligence based on millions of bytes of processed data. Make a time to event forecast. Create a predictive maintenance task. Schedule task in EcoScreen Maintenance Assistant. EcoScreen Equipment Analytics. Stay transparent. Stay efficient.
So this is far from science fiction. This is reality. Actually, we are implementing this project in, as I mentioned, in almost 200 plants across the globe. It's actually edge analytics combined with the cloud platform, so it's hybrid architecture, and it's a very efficient project. So now I would like to introduce you Aaron from Stanley Black & Decker, Aaron Brown, who would like to...
Hi, Bernd.
Great to have you here. Yeah?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today.
It's a pleasure. So Aaron would like to talk to you about a project he's doing based also on our technology for Stanley.
Thank you, Bernd. So I want to show you our playground. I lead the digital innovation team here at Stanley Infrastructure. We make equipment like this, large, heavy mounted attachments. These are tools that build the world. Stanley Hydraulics is one of the largest manufacturers of mounted attachments globally, and our customers typically use it in applications like this: demolishing buildings and nuclear power plants, work on military sites, demolishing sports stadiums and in scrapyards. The environment is extremely abusive. And, when I joined Stanley, I met with one of our largest dealers in North America. He said to me, "Aaron, we go to war every day." That probably sounded better with his accent than my Australian accent, but the impact that that had on me at that point in time, he's right. You look at this application, it's brutal. This equipment requires a significant amount of maintenance, and Downtime runs this industry at $2,000 an hour, right? These machines are very productive, but as soon as they stop working, it starts to cost our customers significant amounts of money. So we saw an opportunity here to drive a lot of customer value by capturing data at the point of work. So we created Insight. Insight is a program that allows us to drive customer value based on data at the point of work. We released Insight in January this year, so it's only been out there for about 4.5 months. We've already had a significant impact in the market with this program. We've seen some astounding results. It's been fantastic, actually. Machine optimization is a huge part of our tool. So we make the attachment, this mounts onto an excavator or a carrier, and that provides the hydraulic energy, the power, to make our tools work. If the pressures and flow rates and other aspects of that machine aren't appropriately configured, our machine either doesn't perform optimally, or we could potentially damage it, things like seals. And so in most of our installs, we had Insight commissioned into. We were actually able to add value immediately by helping our customers optimize machine setup and efficiency. For the first time now, our customers can see data at the point of work and really harness that. They used to look out the window and say, "Yeah, I think it's working today, maybe it's doing 8 hours," when in reality, maybe it's only actually getting 4 hours of productive work. So we built out machine learning models to classify what are the activities this machine is performing. Again, data at the point of work. We're able to give them insights for the first time into how much time is my machine spending cutting and moving and doing productive activities versus just sitting idle or moving around the yard. We allow them to subdivide that data in intervals so they can track different jobs, different environments, seasonality, or even personnel differences. And tying into that, the machine learning models give our customers real insights into predictive analytics. So we've already had instances where we've detected configuration problems or maintenance issues with our machine learning models. It's been really powerful. And remote diagnostics. We have a professional service team that we will fly in and help support customers on site. But inevitably, these pieces of equipment are often located in very remote or hard to get to places. And so when the machines go down, it costs our customers a lot of money. So being able to remotely diagnose the problem from our workshop, from our hotel, wherever we're located at that point in time, has been really powerful for our customers, again, to get them up and running as quickly as possible. We've got many examples of how we've saved our customers downtime. I think a couple of powerful ones I wanted to share with you today. We had one customer, a demolition customer. They had the machine set up, everything looked fantastic, we're all good to go. They took the machine out to the job site, they were demolishing a very large building, and about 4 hours into the job, suddenly pressure started spiking off the charts. What's going on here? The customer didn't even realize this had happened. We got the alert, we got the alarm from the Cumulocity streaming engine. Our technicians looked at it, and we said, this is not good. So we got on site, we got a service personnel out there within a day, and we actually diagnosed that problem. It turned out to be a simple nut. This nut that was setting the pressure came unscrewed, during operation. It wasn't tightened up. And as a result, that customer probably would have seen a warranty problem. They would have also been very upset with us, saying, hey, you know, what's happened to your equipment? It's brand new, it's been operating for a few days and it broke, when in fact it was actually a machine setup problem. That's really powerful for us. It really resonated with the customer to be able to see a problem resolved before they're even aware of it. That doesn't normally happen. We've had situations with predictive analytic models where we've identified that the machine tolerances were starting to actually move out. These machines, believe it or not, they're actually very precise machines. High precision between the blades, for instance. And as a result, when those blades start to wear or start to open up, we start to have problems. It draws material in and starts to jam. The machine slows down and productivity drops. We're able to identify this problem for the customer remotely. We're able to recommend a course of action, have them resolved. Again, we're able to intersect a downtime event, and we're actually able to help them lift their productivity. Fantastic outcome, very happy customer, and so forth. So as we roll Insight out over the coming year, we expect more of these great stories, and it really shows the power of data at the point of work. Our customers consume the product in a couple of different ways. We have on the right-hand side here a mobile app. This gives our customers summary, high-level data. So we give them things like history data, productivity, interval tracking, location, service, and so forth. On the left-hand side here, we've got a deeper data set that we provide via a web portal. This is actually powered and underpinned by Cumulosity, this piece. Our hydraulic technicians, particularly as part of our dealer network, they're like doctors. They can look at these pressure waveforms, these squiggly graphs, and like a doctor looks at an ECG, they can determine, hey, there's actually a machine problem here. I can take a preemptive step and do something about it. Or I've got the customer on the phone, he's complaining about a problem, I can jump on the web portal and immediately diagnose it. It's powerful stuff. So with Cumulosity here, we've been able to quickly and rapidly build out this. We can go and show the customer historical data so they can go back in time and look at what are the events that led up to that machine problem. We can store things like shear properties, we can store things like machine properties, service intervals, manage users, and a whole host of other things. So we launched this product in 9 months. It's pretty fast. We could only do that because we harnessed the power of the Cumulosity platform. Cumulosity allowed us to focus on the value add. So thank you, Bert. The value add for our customers was machine learning models. What's my shear doing today? Predictive analytics, remote diagnostics, visualization, dashboards. We were able to focus on the top layer and build out that stack to enable our customers to have a solution that would have been taking us probably years to develop. And so we built out a horizontal stack and a solution that not only can we take into our first set of products, we intend to scale across our whole entire business. We are the largest manufacturer of hydraulic attachments, so we've got a lot of different things to actually instantiate Insight into. So we're very excited about the future of Insight and Cumulosity. And again, thank you, Bernd. It was my pleasure to present today, and I appreciate you having me.
Thank you very much. It's a very exciting project, and so I like especially the concept how you presented here, because that's really an important part to focus on where it really matters, the strategic areas, how you can differentiate it rather than re-engineering the whole software stack.
Yes.
There's no point in doing that anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernd.
Okay, very good. So I would like to, thanks again, Aaron. It's up, yeah. So I like to sum up then the short presentation. So what you have seen is, I guess we all feel the same. We are impacted by IoT massively, private life, professional life. There's a tsunami happening. And so what we have to do is we have to prepare that. I think you should think about a winning combination which makes sense for you. Whatever it is, here a proposal is look into cloud app you can deploy, like for example Stanley did. Very fast time to market. Think about integration rather than data acquisition. So horizontal integration, very important. And consider very true open platforms, that's very important. So remember the video at the beginning about the freedom as a service. Retain your strategic options. Don't get locked in. Ensure that you retain an abstraction to your technology so that you are in power of your future destiny. Don't get yourself locked into, for example, infrastructure as a service environments or into proprietary edge environments. Try to find a partner who's truly truly open in the means they supply technology to you. Yeah, and finally, last but not least, of course, be bold, have fun, yeah, and just do it. Time is now, and there's hundreds of examples out there on it. Okay, that was all from my side. Thank you very much.